You know, the second we boarded that flight from San Francisco airport to London, I could feel something off, like the air was thicker, charged with that kind of tension you get when trouble's brewing. I'm Sophie, just turned 9, and this was supposed to be my big adventure. A birthday gift from Grandpa Henry, a fancy business class seat, 12A, window side, with all the perks, fluffy pillows, hot towels, the works. He called it my royal perch, made me feel like a queen. But there he was, this guy in a sharp gray suit, sprawled out in my spot like he owned the sky, typing away on his laptop without a care. Mom Sarah checked the boarding pass twice, then leaned in real calm. "Excuse me, sir, I think that's my daughter's seat." He barely glanced up, smirked, and goes, "Look, lady, kids don't belong up here wasting prime real estate on cartoons and spills. I've earned this with 1,000,000 miles. She can swap to economy where she fits." Ouch, right? My face burned, cheeks hot like fire, and I stared at my sneakers, clutching my backpack strap so tight my knuckles went white. He wasn't just taking a seat. He was shoving me down, like I didn't count because I was small, young, a girl. Mom's hand on my shoulder steadied me, but inside I was crumbling. Why did adults get to decide who deserved what? The flight attendant swooped in, all polite smiles, checked the manifest, then suggested we move back for smooth boarding. Mom's eyes narrowed. "So you're asking us to give up what we paid for?" The guy, Mark Reynolds, crossed his arms, smug as hell. "See? Even they know it's a glitch. Let's not drag this out." Whispers rippled through the cabin, heads turning, pitying looks, annoyed sighs. We were the hold-up, the drama. I wanted to vanish, but Mom? She didn't yell or beg. She just pulled out her phone, smiled faintly, and said, "One call, that's all it'll take." Mark rolled his eyes. "Yeah, call your hubby to whine." But her voice on that call was steel, reporting discriminatory conduct, minor involved, escalating behavior, flight details crisp and clinical. 7 minutes after takeoff, the captain's voice crackled. "Folks, we've got an issue diverting to Chicago for an emergency landing per protocol." The cabin froze, gasps, call buttons dinging, Mark yanking off his headphones. "What the did you do this?" Mom just shrugged. "Protocols, not me." Turns out, she's a senior advisor at the Federal Equality Board, gold sealed badge and all. We taxied to a remote spot, security boarded, called our names: Sophie Thompson, Sarah Thompson, Mark Reynolds. His face drained white. "This is insane. I didn't touch anyone." But they escorted us off, into a van, to this stark building. No frills, just gray walls and heavy silence. In that conference room, suits everywhere, they laid it out. Mark had a history, flagged incidents of belittling minorities, young staff, women on flights, all swept under rugs because no big witness before. But Mom? Her status triggered a full probe. Videos rolled, him sneering at a black family, mocking an Asian attendant, pattern clear as day. Then whistleblowers piled in, ex-colleagues spilling about his office bullying, suppressed complaints. It wasn't just my seat. It was years of unchecked power, entitlement born from climbing corporate ladders while stepping on folks who didn't fit. The twist hit hard as company showed up at our hotel with a $2 million check. For discretion, no headlines, protect the kid's future. But veiled threats slipped in. Go public, and she'll be labeled forever. Bullies, rumors, lost chances. Mom shut it down cold. "This isn't hush money. It's justice time." Messages flooded. Passengers apologizing for silence. A kid named Alex sending a drawing of me as a hero queen. Stand with Sophie trended, stories from everywhere, folks finding their voice because of mine. Court was brutal as lawyers painted me as Mom's puppet, coached kid with an agenda. But I stood, pointed at Mark, voice shaky but sure. "Where do you think you belong?" He broke tears, crumbling, no answer. Verdict: guilty of repeated discrimination. Fines, apologies, policy overhauls, airlines mandating dignity training, anonymous reports. Even global charters changed, inspired by one stolen seat. Mom quit her job for my peace. We went home quiet, but ripples spread. Laws in Africa, Asia, protecting kids like me. Was it worth it, appending lives for one moment? Did we go too far, or not far enough? What if silence had won? Drop a comment. Have you faced something like this, stayed quiet, or fought back? Was justice served, or just revenge? Hit like if it hit home. Subscribe for more real stories that spark debate, and share your take. Let's talk.